honey, I dash. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance. Jump in the stands. No man, the man. Oh, there with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Foot on the gas. I will not crash. Honey, y'all dash. 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 Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at its 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Take four.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 20-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go play action. Cousins. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off at the 19. Trying to get it to Landry there. Well, certainly not how he wanted to start his night. First throw of the game, an INT.
Yeah, it's not easy, but he's got to try and wipe that one away from the memory banks. And let's face it, it's not often a quarterback and a defensive back have a lot in common. But one thing, because they have these individual type plays, they've got to have short memories, don't they? DB gets beat, wipe it away. Quarterback throws a pick, has to do the same thing.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Jack 16. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
44 to Mike. Push him back. Push him back. 44 to Mike. 40. Hey. Check. Focus, defense, focus.
They'll run on second down with Cohen, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now second and 13.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike.
No spacing.
Mike 53. You.
These 2.
Mike 53.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. Shit. Kill. 50. Check safety.
Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Black 20. 44 to Mike. Down to lose one.
Now on 2nd and 13. Roethlisberger. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good. That middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
All right, now, 230. Check, 53. Right, I said. Come on, let's go. 53 to Mike, 53, check.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And he completes it to Cohen. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Middle, let's go.
Out of the gun, running with Cohen. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
And it's 3rd down.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Now Roethlisberger. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
And Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
Only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. On play action, Cousins. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain of right around 35 yards on a play that started back inside their 10. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Quick.
Slam.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got his man on the out route. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Listen to me.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Throwing, Cousins. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Hunt. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand in first place. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Watch the back. Go, Mike.
7-7.
Squeeze, double.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Tackle.
Mike. Hey, Delta.
53, Mike. 6 man.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Here's Tyler Newsome now. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Mike 55, Mike 55.
Leave it, bring up 48.
Twist. Check three, check.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns were able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
53 is the mark.
Take both of them.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's
eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? Where everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Exit. Check. First down.
Cousins.
Check it back.
He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Landry that time, and now it's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Got what he needed for the first down with a gain of 2. From the red zone now, Cousins. They set up the screen to Chubb. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Hey, receiver. Hey, wahoo. Hey, Jack.
55. You go night-night. Don't go night-night.
3rd and long for Cousins. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will extend their lead even further. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. They'll rifle this one deep right side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Rasul Douglas picks it. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. To throw, Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there as the first half is winding down. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go, baby.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Final play of the half. It's Roethlisberger. The screen pass here to Cohen. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Come on, fellas.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Now we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Browns drive about to get started. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check right, check right.
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
Check. Lynch 50, Lynch 50.
Cousins to throw it. It's caught. Beckham.
Cousins pass complete to Odell Beckham. Brings up 3rd down.
Mike.
To Hunt. 180.
Hey, 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 hey. Joker, Joker, Joker.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Kill. Turn up.
On first down, they go right back to Hunt. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 51 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 20.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30, 10, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Big hit. Shoot.
Hey, no, easy. Hey, foxtrot.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Right there in the middle. 55. Man out.
Two.
Play action now. Cousins looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10. Right at the 40. A run for Nick Chubb. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down, it's Hunt, and an alley to run. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They come out here in the eye.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass.
They'll run with Chubb.
Check 26.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, We've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. On second down now, it's Hunt, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Switch. Out.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On 1st down, they go right back to Cohen. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
Tight end's right. 4 down. Alert.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Deontay Johnson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Extra point now by Boswell. And that'll cut the lead down to 28.
Makes the score Browns 45, Steelers 17. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know...
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, 77 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. And we're back now here in Cleveland, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Roethlisberger. He finds McKinnon, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. Roethlisberger now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down again. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now Chubb. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go play action. Cousins. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Stephon Tuitt. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Working out of the gun. Cousins. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield, a really nice pickup.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 6 there on first.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 18. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. First down, a run with Cohen. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second and very short, Roethlisberger under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sione Takitaki coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now Roethlisberger. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Cousins now 14 out of 17, 82%, and it's 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Throwing here, Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Off the play fake, Cousins. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Well, that'll get him to 1st down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
Let's go.
Final score, Browns 52, Steelers 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?